Oh, I hate to kill a song at the hype point, guys, but we are scheduled to go live. Oops, as I mess all this up. How's it going there, Zombie Grub? Where are you today?
Where am I indeed? I
Oh,
am
you're loud.
in.
Stop. Hang on. Let me fix this. All right, go.
Is it better now?
Should be, hopefully, yeah.
Okay. I am in the On Fire team house.
Oh man, the
Clearly.
hashtag on fire. How are you fitting it? There's like room for like 2 people there. Isn't it already maxed out?
There's actually 3 people here right now.
Yeah, it's Scarlet, you, and Rapid Castin. What's up, Rapid Castin in the background? Cool. All right, so we've got the Yord Wood Watch deal going on today. I dressed up for it, guys. These are fancy watches, so I decided to look fancy for it. I've got mine right here to show off. So, quick display of what people are potentially playing for today. There's no actual prize money for this qualifier. However, there is prize money, straight up cash money for the grand finals. So we've done something interesting with this event that we've not done before. You guys get to pick what the finals will look like. On the Team Liquid thread, we have a poll up. We'll either make the finals a 4-person WCS-style group, or we'll make it into a round of 8 and invite 4 players to attend those who qualify through today. Now, that being said, the poll is, as all polls are, very close, 49% to 51%, so vote while you guys can and help us pick. But we got some pretty notable signups today. Do you want to talk about that while I set some things up here?
Sure, actually. I do have the bracket up. So you're talking about all the Koreans that had signed up, like Trust and Tails and Solar. And there's actually a ton of people still signed up. Well, I guess
Yeah.
the check-ins aren't quite done.
Well, no, this is the check-ins almost done, actually.
Oh.
Dares is giving an extra 3 minutes or so because some people are having some issues actually checking in. But that being said, the seating looks just phenomenal for a tournament. Like, we've thrown bigger tournaments than this and had worse turnout for it. But with players like Solar, and I guess I'll let you laundry list because I gotta do this thing.
Right. So, I mean, just going down the list, Keen, Stats, Major, Zest, Snoots, Bly, Nerchio, Whelmu, uThermal, Alive, Trust, the Armani, like, we have, like, all the Europeans that we would want, as well as, like, all the Koreans that we want. And no one cares about the North Americans. Yeah,
Ho ho!
oh, I guess, actually,
I mean,
no.
the one thing I'm a little worried about is we've had this thing where we've actually had really great Koreans sign up before and then check in and then to say, I'm playing against Solar. I don't want to waste my time and just like not actually play. So fingers are crossed that everyone's actually, here. But this will be pretty awesome. Also, I'm not sure what the details on this are, but there might be some action, for you guys in chat today. Jansoon, who you guys should recognize in chat, hopefully will be stopping by to give away some codes for you guys to claim for wood watches yourselves. Some of them might be small, it might be one big one. I literally have no idea what their plans are.
Well, the check-ins actually, aren't they over?
Dares is
Once
giving it a couple, just a couple more
Oh,
minutes.
4 more minutes. It's 3:03 right now. That's right. It's 3 in the morning. People aren't aware of the situation, I guess.
I should invite Dares to the clan so people know that he's like super legit too.
Not a bad idea.
How do I do that though? It's been so long since I've had to. Let's see. Well, I found the clan window. Oh, there we go. Invite to clan. And then Dare's name isn't on this list. So how do I make that eligible? There we go.
I don't think I've ever made a clan, man. No, that's not true. I made my own clan. I didn't invite anyone to it, though.
I've not had you for so long. I've literally forgotten how to do it. But we've had a couple of resubs kick off our streams. It's a nice way to start. I want to give a big thank you to Danatori for the 2-month resub. Dares, this joke again. Aquanuts claims he's on fire. Aquanuts for 26 months. Tom KD for 2 months. Just Ace. There's nothing following it. I'm gonna guess he meant Ace Kate because that guy likes to Ace Kate like no other. And then Smash for the 28 months. Thank you guys all so much. I tell you though, this is a European tournament at a European time on the European server, and we have this kind of Korean turnout. I cannot wait for tomorrow's Make Korea Great Again tournament, where there's a $300 prize pool, and it's all like on the Korean server for the Koreans. It's gonna be great.
They're all at PC bongs right now, so they don't disturb their neighbors. all like 12 of them.
That would be cool if they were all like they're legit, just like, hey, what are you guys doing tonight? Y'all want to hang out at like cafe and play some StarCraft? Like,
Yeah,
hey.
the only people doing it, I would say, if they did. Closing in 1 minute. So close,
So
seeing what the final bracket
the
looks
real
like.
question is, why is Scarlet not playing? Obviously,
Literally on her computer. It'd be quite difficult.
that's true. Oh, I hope she's. Is there another computer there so she can do the work stuff we had talked about? Secret
There is another computer here. But I just want to really like get in people's heads right now that I am literally Scarlet right now. I just want everyone to know that.
How are you literally
Is that
Scarlet right
Scarlet?
now?
I'm literally Scarlet.
You don't even have hair that looks anything like hers. There's a lot you could get away with, but oh, you're in chat as literally Scarlet. I see.
Ah, nailed
Um,
it.
why haven't you typed "I love butts" yet? That's the real question. The wasted opportunity. All right. Anyways, signups are closing as we speak. Don't worry, I screenshotted that for you. Don't worry. Signups are closing as we speak, and we'll be getting everything, I guess, finalized here in just a sec. This reminds me, though, kind of a not quite exact same situation, but you remember we had this discussion a few weeks back about like what would you do if you were like another person's body type thing, right? Like the Freaky Friday effect. If you were Scarlet, would you inherit her ability to play the game? Like, because there's got to be some degree of muscle memory there, right?
So that's
Like if
always the
you were
interesting thing about
literally
body
Scarlet.
swapping. It's not mind swapping, and the mind is what controls like muscle memory, right?
I guess, but the same thing would be like if you switched with somebody who's like a amazing running athlete, you'd be able to run.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe like well, your muscles would be prepared for it, but maybe your technique would be bad because you actually haven't learned it yourself. We'd have to experiment, do an actual Freaky Friday.
Well, unfortunately, that's not a real thing, so I guess we can't
Oh,
actually experiment
damn.
with it. I just
Really?
love that that's
Shoot.
your logic. You're like, we'll just have to go through with it. Like, that's a possibility of a thing.
You know what's blowing my mind more than this Freaky Friday talk is I just realized after spending like 3 hours here, no, actually 3 hours, a little less than that, but they don't have a second monitors for their computers.
This actually
How
makes
do
sense
they
to me. No,
live?
no, no. This makes sense to me. I was talking to a couple of pro gamers about this specifically last year, and the detriment is it distracts them. Like, they don't want to have another monitor to look at while they're playing the game because it will possibly draw their attention away from the game. So on top of the fact that there's probably like no space and it's just how they're used to playing, I think it actually makes more sense. Because I know for certain when I'm playing StarCraft and streaming, I'm not spending my whole attention on StarCraft.
Well, yeah, I mean that would make sense. Yeah, I could definitely see that because I feel like if I really wanted to purely dedicate to StarCraft, I could even second monitor. But generally, I have like K-pop videos to look at, or the chat to look at, or I'm actually literally watching a movie because I cannot just focus on a single thing.
I think all this has really done is confirm that you would not be a good pro gamer if you were really Scarlet right now. If like your first priority would be like get a second monitor, I'm like, maybe it doesn't matter if the APM's there or not. Like,
Whatever, man.
anyways, we are should be final. We're just waiting for Dearest to announce in game. But looks like Zest is signed, like actually stayed in. Stylish versus uThermal. Ooh, that's a really good first matchup actually. Let's see here. Bottom side tails versus stats round 2. I mean, I told Darius to seed people best he could, and I guess he's done what he can. I don't know if that's actually Suppy. Suppy plays against Trust round 1. Good luck, have fun. Both of them on Europe. But okay, if this is final, I think uThermal and Alive have got to be our first pick, right? Like, that's just such a sick first match. We can't not do it.
I agree. I agree.
Like, even with some quote-unquote bigger names here, I really think that those are going to make for the best first-round game. Brackets are final. Nice. Okay, there we go. So let's start poking these boys. Yo, we gonna guess you first? All right. So if you guys haven't seen the brackets, exclamation mark brackets in chat, you can take a look, see them yourselves. It's available public, all that good stuff. I do want to point out there's some really interesting matchups possibly slated for round 4, with what I'm hoping is either Keen versus Snoot or Major versus Snoot. I think it would just be absolutely fantastic. Obviously, the further Zest gets in, the more potential that gets cool. However, it might be Zest versus Mana in round 3. Like, there's a lot of really cool potential matchups coming, guys. I'm very excited.
It was a great showing.
Alright, well, I poked uThermal.
Veto to 1 map. Okay, there you go. I was looking for the rules.
I was gonna say, I hope you're on Zombie Group, because I don't think I'm real ID friends with Scarlet, and I could make joining lobbies a pain in the ass. But there you are. Hi! See you in game.
Hello. Yep.
Right.
Zombie Grub where it matters.
I'm Zombie Grub where it matters. In my opinion, it always matters.
Maybe.
Like, I'm gonna say this with all mushy seriousness, Zombie Grub. I'd rather be casting with you over Scarlet any day of the week.
Oh, this pleb doesn't have any of our emoticons. No.
All
Do
right,
you have
well,
pillows? Hold on. Oh. Oh, who the fuck? Oh, I don't know who this is. She's only subbed to 1 person. Thought she was rolling in the esports cash.
well, that's how you roll in the esports cash, by not spending it on subs.
I wouldn't do it without her permission, but I'm actually kind of curious how many creepy PMs are in her Twitch box.
Oh, I imagine quite the slew of creepy PMs are in her Twitch box. Hi, Scarlet. Tell Scarlet I said hi.
He says hi.
Hello, is the stream live?
Yeah.
Just tell her
I've
no.
been
See
talking
what
on
she
your
says.
account for like
On my Twitch
on
account?
like 11 minutes.
Did you notice
What?
that it was mine?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was pretty obvious.
All right. Well, Night of Plays responded, but we want to cast a
I'm
live.
not a mod.
Oh no.
uThermal first. Does she want mod? I give her mod. She modded me.
Since you modded him, he can mod you.
Yeah,
don't-
I'm on. I used to be mod in the chat. Anyways, I'm gonna go to sleep.
Okay, good night.
Good night and goodbye.
Goodbye forever.
Remember?
Yep.
You'll be gone from over.
Ow! That was a mistake. Yeah, I will be.
Oh wait, bracket changed? Hang on, we might not have the same matches anymore. Which means I've got to go delete that tweet, lest I look like a fool.
Don't want to look like a fool.
Oh, now it's uThermal versus Lambo.
Oh. Yes, it is.
I mean, that's also not a bad matchup, if we're going to be completely honest.
No, it is not. Still probably the best one. Yeah. Still the best one.
Alright, well, I'll leave it to you to figure out what's going on. It looks like Alive and uThermal might meet round 2 if he beats Lambo. Not much of the other bracket has changed, though. Still possibly Keen and Major versus Snoot in round 4 and such, so... Let's go ahead and reword the tweeters. Thank you guys for being lazy and not retweeting, I guess, on this one occasion.
Thank you guys for supporting us.
Yeah, thanks for letting us down where it counts. I gotta talk to Lambo. I wonder if he knows he's like one of our most viewed players on YouTube. The Polt vs Lambo series seriously has like a combined like 50,000 views in that entire like best of series. It is our most viewed series on YouTube.
Wow. I know what I need to change. Ah, yeah, she doesn't have game heart.
Ah, that could be real fun. Default UIing it up for the whole cast.
Oh, I'm definitely downloading it right now. Real quick, like, while uThermal's still doing vetoes.
Alright. By the way, it looks like Lambo's going to be streaming his point of view, so you guys can check that out. uThermal was streaming the other day. I'm not sure if he's streaming today, but I would like to remind you guys that we do have a stream delay to prevent cheating. Player streams may not. So, if you choose to watch them, have a good time, enjoy it, don't bring spoilers back to the channel. You will get so frickin' banned.
How do I... Oh, interfaces, there it is. So many tabs open. Shit.
I got everyone's like, hi Scarlet, bye Scarlet.
Okay, cool. Wow, that's the first time it's ever done that. It like auto changed to game hard as soon as I put it in. It's weird. Oh, anyways, now I got that fixed. I'm good to go. Trying to get on Lambo's good side.
Yeah. No, it's just I don't think he I didn't even know until I was going through our VODs the other day. I'm trying to find the video right now. Like for example, Solar vs. Beyond Finals has 14,900 views on it, right? For Ting Season 2. That's awesome. Pult vs. Lambo has 23,000 views on it. That's just game 1, by the way, because that was before we started splitting up like VODs, or well, we used to split up VODs. So game 2, for example, has another 11,000 views on it. Game 3 has like another 9,000 views on it. Pult vs. Lambo for IEM Katowice has seriously, let's see here, 40,000 views.
Wow. The Oh, I was gonna ask if that's more or less than a Catalina video.
No, Catalina is still our #1 viewed video, but it's only by a very little
Oh,
amount.
is it? I
Yeah,
thought it got beat out.
It did, but it took it back because I think people stopped watching the exposed video I did.
Oh, maybe Dazzling Station will be next year's stream pool. You can bring it back.
Alright, well, we'll hopefully get the game going in a moment. Again, the reminder, guys, I know there's a lot of good players. You want to see Stats. You want to see Zest. You want to see Trust. You want to see Snoot. You want to see everybody on this bracket. We'll try and cover as many of the good games as we can. We don't normally have the option to kind of pick and choose from such a delicate and precise player pool, but we can certainly do so as we get to the round of 8.
See, everyone's saying you're looking so dapper. Well, you do look pretty dapper.
Because I am looking pretty dapper. I'm looking pretty hella dapper.
Yeah, I know you said you dressed up, but nice red shirt there.
Well, thank you very much, Zombie Grub.
You're welcome.
Nice Overwatch hoodie you got there.
Thanks. It's the same one I wear every day.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's pretty baller.
Oh, I missed all these bit cheers. I guess this is when Scarlet came on. Printer Hands, thank you for the 23-month resub. And the taco stuff cheered like 250 bits. Woodwatch tournament, hype. Yeah, I'm trying to wait to sell out here, guys, but this is taking a little bit of time to get their vetoes going. I guess, have you messaged them? Nudged them along a little bit?
I did, yeah.
Okay. Well, while we're waiting for this, for those who don't know, Wood Watches, Yord Wood Watches, again, where's mine here? I'll show you guys. I've taken it off because it looks really fancy and nice when I do it like this. They're really lightweight, very cool looking watches. They've been really good icebreakers actually for a couple of the events I've been to, but they are actually fairly affordable as well. Woodwatches.com/base is also going to show you a prize bar, which is great. It's part of why we've got the tournament today happening. We're taking $450 out of that prize money raised to create the tournament for today. Every time you buy a watch, 15% of the sale will go towards the next prize pool. And I love that they're super transparent about it. I love that there's a bar that shows you exactly how much has been raised. So if you guys want to get 10% off any watches, that's the seasonal deal. And like we said, we're hoping to have some codes throughout the day to give to you. I just got word that the rep from Yord is running a little bit late, so you'll see him in chat in a bit of time.
Oh, the lobby has come up, and
Nice.
I think I invited Lambo.
Newkirk Precinct, whoa!
All right.
Actually, so what was really interesting is that there was quite a bit of discussion on our recent videos from the IAM cast, specifically about people wishing we had talked more about the maps. And I guess it didn't really occur to me, but for some people, these maps are new. For some people, they never played on Daybreak or Newkirk back in the day. For us, we just kind of like assumed everybody has, because we've played on these maps ourselves tons of times. We've cast on these maps tons of times. Like, it is a little bit weird. So I don't think we're going to make an extra effort to talk about the maps. I don't feel like the maps are actually so crazy and diverse that we need to. But if anyone ever has any questions about said maps, or you don't understand why things are happening, don't be shy to ask, especially if you're watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to reply over there than it is in live time on Twitch.
Yep, and there's the countdown. Yeah, I think if it was the last year's Nightmare Pool, maybe that requires a little more explanation.
The
But the
frickin'
maps they
Nightmare
chose for
Pool.
this one, is like they're different, of course, but they're actually not too. Oh my god, what is happening?
I feel so bad because I mean they called it the Dream Pool because they thought they were making everyone's dream come true by like bringing back these maps, and then it just turned into the Nightmare Pool because nobody wanted it at the end of the day.
They didn't know what they wanted. Everyone thought Zelnaga would be a fun little map to come back, and it wasn't.
No, that was certainly a mistake. But all right, folks, game number 1 in a best of 3 here for the Woodwatch tournament. Yord Hype. Make sure to check out woodwatches.com/base if you want to support this tournament. But at the bottom left side of the map, spawning red, playing Zerg, it's Lambo.
The bottom right is the Blue Terran. He is liquid uThermal, and it has been so long since I've been on low graphics. Creep is terrible on low graphics.
Oh, I guess Scarlett's got all her settings on
Oh
low.
my god. She has, I guess, the mixed one where, like, the hatchery is actually not the cartoon Warcraft hatchery. That is low graphics, but the creep is. Oh, it's so weird.
Well, uThermal goes for a couple of barracks to open. I think this is pretty standard practice at this point. We've actually, uThermal, I mean, his micro's on point. There's not even a question about it. He's been one of these players who pre-patch, post-patch, I have faith in him to micro his Reapers.
Yeah, I mean, uThermal, I think, was really the highlight of Reaper Micro. I know Bjorn says he made it, and everyone like would point to Bjorn for his Reaper Micro because it was pretty good. But uThermal, I don't know, maybe it was the consistency that he did choose to do the build, but I just was always so much more impressed. So I feel like it's gonna be impressive here.
We've been casting so much. I actually don't recall which tournament it was for, but Bjorn versus uThermal, where uThermal took like game 1, I think. It was a pretty good series.
Well, we saw a very tough time from our Europeans yesterday, and it made me really consider, like, was it just an anomaly?
Anomaly?
Can't speak.
Speak
that
now.
Was, yeah, that was the Koreans, like the Koreans at IAM. Granted, they were all very good names. I guess maybe one of them was like an okay name. I actually can't remember at this point, but they all dealt with the Reapers with ease, with speed, and I do think that is the way you should be doing it in this map pool, in this meta, whatever you want to call it right now. But oh man, like TLO like could not deal with it. Even when the server got a little better for him, he still had so much trouble.
Yeah, there's certainly some things to be said about the server playing an aspect of that. But anyways, this first Reaper comes in. Both these players are European, playing on Europe, I guess, just to avoid confusion for what we were just discussing, referencing the IAM qualifiers. But I don't think latency will be the issue for Lambo. It's going to come down a lot to his control. So far, not bad, keeping the Lings back. Queen's getting some shots off, but you know, watching Kelazur play recently really brought to light how important stopping creep spread was. And how abusively disgusting it was if you could stop any tumors from going down.
It was a whole, like, you know, just downfall of events. You would kill the creep tumor, they would plant the creep tumor, wouldn't have transfuses, so the queens would never get in a good enough number to really scare away the Reapers, and he just would never have quite enough Lings to scare away either. I like that Lambo's basically already committing to so many Lings as speed finishes, as opposed to really trying to play the queen game, because his queens are almost already dead, so...
I mean, 22 Lings might seem like an overreaction, but honestly, with how many times this turns into game over, that might just be the appropriate reaction. Two of these queens are nearly dead, and because they're placing tumors down, as you point out, there's not a lot of energy for transfuses.
So close to dying.
These Lings are the only hope. Now, one of the tumors actually plants down, which is nice, but keep in mind, guys, if uThermal guesses at where it is, you can simply just grenade it down.
Yeah. It may be a little more difficult because it is going to spread up the ramp, and this is... maybe not enough to tell him where it is, but he's still controlling the game. So, of course, if this does lead to uThermal going back home, as we saw it in the IAM Korean qualifiers, it's not that big of it. Like, it's an opener. It's always been an opener for uThermal, of course, but it's even more so the last couple of weeks.
Oh, there's this
It just goes in 3cc. That kind of sucks.
All right, Lambo tries to wrap around with the lings, but the problem is grenades and terrain really play against him.
Oh god,
Yo,
he tried to split them too. That didn't work out.
It was, I mean, a split in other situations would have been fine, but this is for me. We talked about a little bit. A lot of these maps don't seem conducive to Reapers, like the ramps, whatever. And I feel like the more I'm watching them, it's less about whether the map is good or not. It's like whether someone can actually just jump up and down a ledge. I don't know why Reapers suddenly became so much more difficult to deal with. I really, truly don't. They weren't changed in the patch. But we're watching players get devastated by them, and this game is no exception. GG. uThermal takes the first map.
Winning by Reapers. Great tactic.
Yeah, if it works, it works, I guess.
It did definitely work.
Well, there's going to be games that are going to look one-sided. I'm yearning for the maps that won't. I want to see the games that go mid. I want to see the games that go like 10 minutes in, that we start seeing like, will Hydras keep working? Will they not work? Will this work? Will that work? We're still in new patch territory, and I want to see the experimentation. It kind of, to me, it's akin to like when I would go on the beta, and I'm talking Legacy the Void beta, and no one was trying to use any of the new units. They were all still just Bane busting or Reaper all-inning. And you're like, come on, try the new things. It's the beta. Let's learn. And this is a tournament that has money involved, so that element's not there. But there is that for me a little bit. Like, I want to see these guys do crazy stuff.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Lambo saw the games, or saw the cast of TLO versus Killazur. Lambo is talking about the cast yesterday with TLO versus Killazur.
Where?
He's PMing me because I asked him for the map, which I'm trying to find.
Oh.
What the hell is Whirlwind?
What did he say?
He's just telling me there's a difference between the 3-back Reapers they're doing, between the Koreans and uThermal and Killazur.
Oh, interesting. Well, as Darius is pointing out in chat for the players, but remind everybody here, all games today are best of 3, even the grand finals. The top 2 spots will qualify players through to be invited back to the main event, but the main, I guess the finals is the difference of a $200 watch code or not. So whether it be a Korean, European, doesn't matter. They can try and get one of those watches off the site for freezies or a really expensive one for cheap.
It's gonna be rare to find Whirlwind because like every other map had a top-down. And Roland tries to be fancy and is like, no, it's gonna be like an angle.
uThermal was apparently, by the way, tweeting while he was Reaper micro. I don't even know what to say about that. That's pretty disgusting. So I've got a question for you.
What's that?
How big is the place you're in right now? Like, are you not gonna wake them up by casting? Like, or I guess there's that combined with like basically why aren't you just at the PC bong or whatever?
Oh, so we were hanging out and we came back to their apartment, and it turns out that the subway, I call it the metro back at home. So the subway actually closes at like 12:30, which is a little sooner than I thought it did.
Oh, so you're like technically stranded?
Yeah, I mean I could take a cab, but besides being like money, I actually tell them like exactly where I'm going. It's always been a problem for me. So I was like, they were like, why don't you just cast here? And I was like, are you sure? And you know, I wouldn't wake up the neighbors, like wouldn't wake up you guys, and they were like totally fine with it. And it was funny because they have the exact same webcam, and Jake uses the exact same microphone as I do, the AT2020, which like isn't even in like production anymore.
If it works, it works.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready whenever they are. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Whirlwind.
Woo! That's up to the in-game screen.
Yeah. So what Lambo was telling me was like, I mean, it wasn't like, you know, the most mind-blowing thing in the world. It was kind of what we already realized at least one part of it is, but I guess it's more of a confirmation. So the Koreans are stopping at 9 Reapers and going home, and the Ling Flood can or, you know, may or may not catch those Reapers, but they stop. And what uThermal and Killazur are obviously doing is going more. I mean, we kind of brought that up when we were talking about like what is making it so difficult, and it looks like Killazur is thinking it's working, so he's going to keep committing to the Reapers. But I guess the other way of playing is just to literally hard stop at 9. I don't even think about continuing, even if it's actually working.
Interesting. I'm curious which which will win out, I guess. Like on one hand, oh, by the way, I see he's using the Carbot thing. On one hand, I guess one's just far more dedicated and can be potentially more all-in and abusive. The other, just the opening. It's cool to see. We'll find out what he does on this game, though. In the bottom left side, looking to tie the series up, it's Lambo.
And top right, as the Red Terran, he is Liquid uThermal. Not able to 3-racks here.
Well, I mean, technically you could 3-racks anywhere. Should you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the question.
Put your mind to it. Goddamn. It can be a little tricky because Frost had a couple of games where there were 3-racks versus Zerg, and like 1 or 2 versus Terran, but versus Zerg, and they would just catch them by so much surprise that it would be an effective opener, even if it didn't kill them. So maybe that could come back to Whirlwind, but I'm not. It's just so risky, like I don't even know exactly why. It was like one Terran in particular that was trying to do it, and I can't remember who it was. Like it wasn't Bunny, I don't remember, but yeah, it's much less likely. And I was gonna say before I had to like walk and talk with the whole finding Whirlwind thing, you brought up that are we gonna be able to see the mid game? Because we want to, right?
Yeah.
And I was gonna retort with I don't think the Terrans want to.
That's
the
a fair point.
have actually been getting not like totally wrecked because nothing really changed other than, well, I guess the Liberator changed, but they have been getting squashed by a lot of the Zergs when it comes to the mutilating bling style. So it's just a frustrating thing that mass mutas especially are making their way back. And I do remember having so much trouble in Whirlwind against mass mutas. Oh my god, the fact that your third is like out like that is just so obnoxious. You can't get there quickly enough to deal with it.
Well, Billy Bob in chat suggesting something kind of interesting. He says, BaseTradeTV, you should do a tournament where match arena or whatever, where 50% of the prize pool goes to the winners and 50% goes to the people who do really cool builds. We actually tried to do something kind of like this a little while ago with some show matches. If you guys recall, TLO and Lily Canine and such. And the idea was that the fans would vote, and the percentage of what they voted on, sorry as I do terrible observing here, was where the prize money goes. And it still just went towards the winners. So it was kind of a... Even though Lily Canine had funner, cooler, different builds, it didn't really net him any additional points with the audience.
Yeah, plus, the argument could really be, like, it's still a fan favorite, first of all, and then second of all, like, well, by dealing with the weird builds, they're impressive in their own right, I guess.
Like, the Take-Two version of that would be we'd go in with, like, barcodes and not tell people who was playing or something.
Yeah, maybe. But the plays, like, it's always sounded like a good idea, but there's a ton of reasons why people don't actually attempt it or stick with it.
Well, one Reaper, I think picked up like what, Bling earlier. Nothing too crazy here. This okay. So I obviously every time we see this, I want to get hyped about battle cruisers. There's the potential, blah blah blah. It's Liberator range 99% of the time though. This map, I'm not sure Liberator range is the greatest thing for. There's not a lot of dead space. Like as we're looking, I guess northwards here, but even in the main, I'm pretty sure you can reach most of the backside with a Queen, if not a Spore Crawler.
Yeah. I mean, that really was what made, like, the bunny build so nice, was either there's literally so many angles you could abuse, or there wasn't enough space in the back to get the queens back there. Like, they just siege up right behind the mineral line, you wouldn't even do anything about it, like Dusk Towers. Yeah, we don't actually have that problem, but it's still a surprise factor, I suppose. And it's battlecruisers, so JK, the one time you don't bring it up again.
Oh, uThermal! uThermal, if you watch the VOD of this, I want to just, I don't even know, like...
Reapers and battlecruisers.
Is it better for me to say, I do want to kiss you or I don't want to kiss you? Whichever you prefer, bro. Like, I'm just saying, this is... No, okay, I don't get to talk about it. Let's talk about the battlecruiser, guys. Things changed with the battlecruiser. It's still got a lot of health. It still does some pretty good damage. But it's no longer energy-based. It's cooldown-based. So if he researches Yamato Cannon, it costs nothing to cast. That teleport... used to cost over half your energy, costs nothing to cast. You can teleport in and Yamato Cannon something down, or you can float your ass over, kill things with harass, and teleport out safely because you are invulnerable while teleporting. The battlecruiser is my favorite unit in the game, without a doubt.
Hey, I think we've got a bit of uThermal is going to be going for mech behind this, and that's not too surprising. The armory is coming down, but of course, it's not just about the mech, it is about the combination Hellbats and battlecruiser here.
You don't need vision. You can just go anywhere you want. It's so good.
the Hellbats could come in here, they could also just try and take advantage of a very
something
distracted Lambo.
There's no anti-air. There's no spore crawlers. It's just queens that will tickle a battle cruiser.
The drones, they were so lined up. The Hellions could have gone right for them.
Battle cruisers, for those who know, also have the highest base armor in the game at 3. Actually, Ultras might contest now because they got the upgrade. But anyways, queens are gonna not do much these things. He does get in a bit of an awkward spot. There was a spore crawler put down in the main. But off of creep, he shouldn't really be able to chase it down, and that teleport's already halfway off cooldown.
There it is.
Meanwhile, Hellions.
Oh no, not quite. Lambo's on board. I gotta say, like, it's the combination was what seemed a lot deadlier than the one battlecruiser, because I know, like, you've always, like, you know, talked about how potent it can be, and then you follow up, and the Yamato, and you follow up with another one. It can actually, like, I can see it definitely ending games, but.
So there's a really disgustingly cool thing Nate did. We saw the clip of this, obviously, but 3 Yamato cannons is what it takes to one-shot a Spire, apparently. So to be able to just jump in and shut down tech like that is insane. Meanwhile, Nitoswarm's going to come towards the main. This battlecruiser shouldn't have too much trouble dealing with this. Could Yamato the Nitoswarm? There we go. So, well, this Yamato Queen instead. Mass repair at the SCVs is hilarious to consider, but reminding you guys, these queens don't do a lot of damage in the first place, so out repairing the queen damage. He's making it happen with battle cruisers. Yeah, baby, yeah.
Maybe making a couple Ravagers beforehand would have been a better choice, but while this is happening, 32 drones went down to the Hellion run by, and maybe they'll turn to the Hellbat thing to look, but
that was
the
something I
defense
should
was
have
good
been
with 2
watching.
battlecruisers.
I probably should have watched that, but the battle cruisers, I don't get to see battle cruisers enough. The other thing about this too, I guess, that made sense for the Hellions to run in was all the roaches did come out on the other side. The queens came out on the other side. So the battle cruisers were able perfectly fine to defend at home, while the Hellions just dived in and killed everything. And this game is now really wrecked because once the roaches are cleaned up, uThermal can just jump across the map of the battle cruisers. Then teleport. Again, you don't need vision, you don't need to scan, nothing. Him not killing the Nitoswarm, I think it's almost on purpose too. Like it's like he wants Lambo to keep throwing units at him.
Yeah. Pretty funny to see battlecruisers work, but it does. I think.
Yeah, uThermal.
Dang. Okay.
If it ain't Dutch, it ain't much. And this boy just made battlecruisers happen. I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy right now. Now, actually, I do want to bring up, you brought up the topic of Ravagers. And while ideally a Ravager could do some potential damage to a battlecruiser, it's got such a long cooldown, I don't think it would work. This would have to be something you've got, like... Battlecruiser is, what, 400 health or something? Like, you would need enough Ravagers to, like, literally a one-shot the battlecruiser. You okay over there?
Yes. It's
Alright, well, guys, we're going to go to commercial break. We're going to find the next game. Lots of good matches to pick from. Thank you so much for watching. Hype for uThermal. I saw the bits come in, too. We got Chosen, Borgie, Taco Stuff. Everybody just cheering bits for the battlecruisers. Bits for battlecruisers. I love it. We'll be back in a few minutes, though. We'll see you guys soon.